Defense strong for the Rockets in that game against Kentucky. As we welcome in Pete Seymour from the Toledo Rocket Radio Network. Pete, thank you so much for joining us.
Mark, thanks so much for having me. Appreciate it.
As Coach Candle pointed out, they were very good until the fourth quarter where they were just kind of worn down by being out of the field so long.
Yeah, and give credit where it's due. That Kentucky offensive line did a really nice job against the Toledo defensive front. But yeah, overall, Mark, the defense, a big-time bright spot, highlighted by some of those new guys at the linebacker position. And how about that secondary again? Really nice job being locked down in the secondary for Toledo, and they can definitely take that momentum moving into Western Kentucky this week.
We've talked about this in the past. Quinyon Mitchell, he's gone 2 years now, but he has made that secondary better. Same with Max and Hook. You go up against those guys, you play with those guys, you learn from those guys, and that's the benefit continue to pay off for this Rocket secondary.
Absolutely, and it's a culture there now. And the one guy I really need to focus in on is Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. Now, come at me if I'm wrong, but this guy will be playing on Sundays here in the upcoming future. Him, Braden Alls, the secondary is really good. Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, 11 tackles. I know sometimes you don't want to see that from guys in the secondary having so many tackles, but he was up around the line of scrimmage. He's a physical guy. He stopped some big runs, and again, having that experience on the back end helped complement some of those young linebackers, but they were also really good.
Yeah, not only is McNeil-Warren likely playing on Sundays, he's likely to be drafted. A lot of hype around this young man so far through the first week. He is living up to it. Part of the reason why that defense was tired, the offense did struggle that time. It took them until the second half, late in the third quarter, for that offense really started to get moving.
Absolutely. And again, we have to give some credit where it's due. The defensive front on Kentucky, the front seven, they were really good. I mean, they were big, they were physical, and the back end, like we talked about last week, very lengthy. I mean, very lengthy. They didn't let too many plays get over the top. Yes, Coach Candle mentioned earlier in the week there were just a few missed opportunities here and there, a few drop balls, a few schemes that just didn't add up. Not the difference in this one, but definitely would have helped keep that offense on the field a little bit longer.
Talking big picture, preseason, there was some discussion that perhaps the Rockets could make the College Football Playoff as the Group of Five representative. That still very well could happen. Obviously, they're going to need some help from that, and if there's an undefeated team out there, that might hurt their chances. But the point I'm trying to make is losing at Kentucky is not going to hurt the Rockets in that discussion.
No, not at all. And again, big one this week against Western Kentucky. We're going to get to it. But the one thing I think I realized, just kind of personally, it's really hard to go week one to an SEC school because you don't exactly know what you have. Coach Candle spoke on that. Hey, we have a ton of new guys I've never seen play in a Rocket uniform. So to go on the road to an SEC school week number one, it's a tough task. And the one thing I will say about Kentucky, extremely nice people, extremely respectful fans, and they definitely respected the Rockets game.
So Rockets home opener this Saturday night in the Glass Bowl taking on Western Kentucky. Of course, last year they went down and lost to Western Kentucky. They had that weather delay that really changed around that entire game. Hilltoppers coming to Toledo 2-0. They played week 0, a conference game week 0, and then beat an FCS team last week, so a 2-0 Hilltopper team.
Yeah, and a really good Hilltopper team, and a new offensive coordinator for this team, new defensive coordinator for this team. But, Mark, it seems like they're just plug and play. Their quarterback, Maverick MacGyver, and hey, I know there's an all-name team out there for NCAA football. If he's not on it, that's an absolute travesty. The kid can absolutely sling it. Abilene Christian transfer. He's thrown for over 800 yards in those 2 games, and you mentioned his opponent, so take that into consideration. No interceptions, though. It's the guy, again, in this Western Kentucky offense, they have a ton of talented guys on the outside. Their quarterback's always really good and seems to be the exact same way this year.
Let's talk about the other side of that equation. When the Rockets have the ball, Chip Tranum had a good game when he was used against Kentucky. Perhaps they're trying to save some mileage on Tranum's knees by not using him as much as perhaps they could have. So is Chip ready to go against Western Kentucky? And getting that ground game established, how important is that going to be against the Toppers?
Well, I said it was a key in our pregame show to getting it going against Kentucky, but even more so against Western Kentucky. Again, a high-powered offense. You want to keep them off the field. And yeah, Chip Tranum's the real deal. The few times you saw him get past the offensive line and get downhill, he lowers those shoulder pads in a big way. I mean, when he takes on defensive backs, those are hits that he's applying, kind of like Tucker Gleason does, that wears down these defensive backs as the game goes. So yeah, Chip in and out of the game, but again, when's the last time he's played a full game, along with a lot of these guys? And real quick, just to go back to the defense, Chris D'Apollonia, a guy that saw a ton of special teams time his first year, had an injury last year, saw some special teams time in the bowl game. He was phenomenal on the defensive side of the ball. The kid is incredibly athletic, big-time bright spot in that linebacker spot. Yeah, back to Chip, though. He's going to get the ground game going. Kenji Christian, Also saw some flashes of him, did a really nice job out in space, but I'm excited to see as the O-line progresses, as the running game progresses, how much different it will be from week 1 to week 10.
And of course, if the Rockets get the victory on Saturday, that'll make Jason Candle the all-time winningest head coach in Toledo football history. Currently tied, and I know he doesn't want to make it about himself. He wants it to be about the kids. That'd be a big milestone for the Rockets. Pete, thank you so much.
Appreciate it, Mark. Go Rockets.